Live. Hey, Jared. Hey, first of all, I'm Pat Howlett with Local Stash, and first of all, so I want to welcome you, whoever's watching this right now, taking the time. Hopefully, you're an outdoor recreation person, or if you're not, you know folks, friends, and family, and you know folks that just want to get outdoors. You know, we've been trapped up for a long period of time, so I want to thank you for taking the time. If you watch this a month or two or three from now, the only thing that'll change is there'll be greater things happening in Southern Colorado. So whatever we're showing you right now, some of those things will come to fruition. I'm joined this morning, and I'm really tickled about this. I'm joined this morning by Jared Chatterley. He's the first of what he's the first of what I hope are a lot of other leaders in outdoor recreation and the movers and shakers and the people that are making things happen. So he's the first. I want to say that Jared spent pretty much his whole life, youth and adult, in outdoor recreation, primarily in northern New Mexico and southern Colorado. So he gets from a kid getting out there with the folks and doing things. He gets what we're doing, and he is the director of outdoor recreation for the City of Trinidad and a friend. Welcome, Jared.
Thanks, Pat. It's a pleasure to be here. Look forward to our conversation about outdoor recreation, particularly in Trinidad.
Very cool, very cool. And you know what? I don't mind if you talk a little bit about the other side of Fisher's Peak when we get to certain points there, because that really is an amazing thing we have. So to start off, to set the table, I want you to take a minute and talk about the City of Trinidad's outdoor recreation office, right? Kind of what makes it unique, if it does, and what's your mission? What are you supposed to do?
Well, that's a great question. So a little bit about the history of the Office of Outdoor Recreation here in Trinidad. It was created 2 years ago, February 1st of 2021, and it kind of grew out of the city was looking to hire a trails coordinator, and through a process of conversations, it became probably more evident that it was better to approach the outdoor recreation in this area more from a top-down approach instead of just having a trail coordinator creating an office of outdoor recreation and focusing outdoor recreation as an economic driver for the community. And so they created the office. Fortunately for me, I was selected to be the first director of the Office of Outdoor Recreation for the City of Trinidad. And what makes it unique is there are several state offices of outdoor recreation. Colorado has a state office of outdoor recreation. It's in the Office of Economic Development and International Trade, OEDIT. And New Mexico has one. Several states have an Office of Outdoor Recreation. And what's unique about Trinidad is we're the first municipal level Office of Outdoor Recreation. So it's really send a message to Colorado, to everyone, that outdoor recreation is a priority here in Trinidad. And so we have a couple things we want to do. One is to inventory and promote our outdoor recreation assets, not just in southern Colorado, but in the region. Like you mentioned, over the hill, northeastern New Mexico has some great recreation assets that we want to promote. Then we want to develop and promote our outdoor recreation programming. So we have programs for people to, whether it be local residents or visitors, some outdoor recreation programming to get people outdoors, whether it be hiking or mountain biking, fishing, camping, those kind of things. Our third mission that we want to accomplish is to create and promote outdoor recreation events, signature events, for example, the Rad Dirt Fest, the Pony Express 160 Gravel Grind, the Purgatory 4 Adventure Race. So develop those kind of marquee outdoor recreation events. And then the last thing we want to do is combine all those things into a marketing program so we can promote outdoor recreation to the world. And we've developed the Trinidad True Outdoors campaign. And so through our website, the TrinidadTrueOutdoors.com, and that campaign, we're promoting our assets, our outdoor recreation programming, and our signature events to help promote an outdoor recreation economy here in Trinidad.
So a couple of things there. Let me unpack a couple of things there, because that was a great share. First of all, if you want to find out if an area is serious about something, you kind of do see what the city council and the people will spend money doing. And us having an outdoor recreation office is about as big a chip thrown in the pot as you can put on the table. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. It sends a message that, hey, outdoor recreation in this community we're taking it serious.
Yeah, so let me show something really quickly if I can. I want to go in and just share my screen real quick to folks. And I'm going to go ahead and just share this right here. So this is the Trinidad True Outdoors website. It's as simple as trinidadtrueoutdoors.com. You're going to find a lot of information here. Plan your stay. This is pretty cool. All the different links that Jared and his team has put together here. Outdoor programming, all that stuff there. So if you get a chance, and look at this hiking, we've got some great, we'll talk about this, but we've got some great hiking trails and fishing and mountain biking and disc golf. I mean, you can do stuff in Trinidad. I'm just going to scroll quick because it's long, okay?
Yeah.
But you can do some cool things in Trinidad. I'm going to go ahead and did I just share that?
I didn't see it pop up.
Let me do that again, and I apologize to everybody. I said entire screen, and I did that and share. Let me show you right here. Trinidad True Outdoors. Yeah, you probably had to see me again. I apologize. That's terrible. But we are live. So trinidadtrueoutdoors.com. You're going to be able to go here, and if you look at plan your stay, you're going to be able to look at the ranches and the places where you can stay. We certainly want you when you're here. Start your morning in town with a donut, a bagel, and maybe a cup of coffee or something, and then end your day with some wings and beer or something at one of our great places. So here's outdoor programming. Here's Get Outdoors. This is hiking and bike fishing and mountain biking and disc golf and those kind of things that we'll go into. So we do have. Were you able to see that time?
No, it still didn't pop up on my end.
Okay, well, that may be on the other side then. You and I may be there. So one of the things I want to do real quick is this is when we're talking about Trinidad, and we'll set the table here. This is an area view of Trinidad. So here's downtown, an incredible collection of 1890 and early 1900 buildings, brick streets, that kind of thing. And there's Fisher's Peak in the back. We'll go ahead and hide that. This is one of our downtown areas. You can see the amazing buildings there. We're going to show you we're going to talk about Fisher's Peak in a minute, but one of the things I want you to do is give a shout out to, if you have, to some of the organizations that our Office of Outdoor Recreation has been able to make relationships with that are helping us with our vision. If you have some organizations out there you want to do a quick shout out to, because it's always good to acknowledge our friends when we're working together on big things.
It is. And one of probably the biggest partners I work with is Colorado Parks and Wildlife.
Okay.
Even though we have, 2 state parks literally in our backyard, we have Trinidad Lake State Park, and we have Fisher's Peak State Park now. They're very much involved in developing outdoor recreation in the area, and so they're a great partner. The Purgatory Water Partnership, they are also doing some great programming along with the Trinidad Youth Club. Another great partner is the college. TSC College, we're working with them to develop kind of right now being called the Southern Colorado Outdoor Institute, where through their continuing education program, we're going to be able to offer some classes for folks to take in the community, fly fishing classes, hiking, backpacking, maybe some water sports. So they've been a fabulous partner to work with. They've also helped us with the Purgatory 4 Adventure Race, using the gun range, the college's gun range as part of that event. And then just some of the businesses that we, the outfitters, Fisher Peak Outfitters, the Paradisa and his, the bike shop, Ultimate Sports. All these organizations that have, Tarantula
yeah.
bikes and, Juan de la Roca and the Gravel Guide. All these things are assets and partnerships that are working, Lifetime Fitness. They've come down here with the Rad Dirt Fest and made, really put Trinidad on the map in the gravel grind community. So all these individuals, organizations have all working fabulously, and I enjoy working with them to help develop our outdoor recreation economy.
So a couple of things there. First of all, if you're a parent and your kids are looking to go to a college and you want them to start at a community college, you ought to pack up the car one of these days, head on down to Trinidad, look around what's going on here, kind of explore the college, because it's first of all, it's the first community college in the state of Colorado. But it's in an incredible community. And yeah, one of the things that you were saying there that I was listening to is there are a lot of people helping push this thing forward, and we appreciate them. So okay, yourself, a little person, where would somebody find you, your sweetie, on the weekends here in our area? What might you do?
Being the director of the Office of Outdoor Recreation, I'm probably going to be outside doing something. Depending on the time of year, if it's the winter, I might be ice fishing on Lake Maloya up at Sugar Canyon State Park in New Mexico. You might find me out on Trinidad Lake fishing or paddleboarding. Great hiking opportunities, whether you go out to San Isabel, and hit the National Forest, or even just doing a drive on our Scenic Highway of Legends. Highway 12, that's now a national scenic byway. Recreation opportunities abound. One of my favorite places to be honest, is sitting on my front porch, just sitting outside, watching the cars drive by, enjoying, just the beautiful weather. But like you said, if you're looking for something to do, you can pretty much find it in Trinidad. From hiking to biking to fishing to camping, we got it just about all.
Yeah, again, when we start looking at some of these things, I want to go just show this. That's the top of Fisher's Peak. One day, someone may get there. Now there's not a lot there right now, okay? Mm-hmm. But certainly, that is the Purgatory River that runs through the town of Trinidad. That's pretty cool.
You should see the size of the fish they've caught out just behind the McDonald's parking lot.
It's Howard talks about that. If you get in town, go to Moose's. You'll get a lot of tips. Ask for Howard. Go to Moose's Social Club. You'll do that. Now that's a good sized lake. This is in southern Colorado, folks. This is a couple of hours from some places. That's Fisher's Peak, that right there. But there is our beautiful. Now, so here's the thing. The state of Colorado, my understanding is they just made it a lot easier for you to get a state park pass. Now we got 2 of them down here in southern Colorado, and then we got some cool stuff on the other side in New Mexico. But you pay for that pass. I think it wraps up in your driver's license. It's a lot less expensive, and I'll let you add that. But as just a participant of this stuff, we got 2 incredibly good state parks: water in Colorado, a river in Colorado, and a high peak mountain that you can climb. It's in Trinidad. You know what I mean?
Well, it's funny because I refer to that as the Trinidad trifecta.
Yeah.
You have Fisher's Peak State Park, fabulous outdoor, mountain peak park. You have Trinidad Lake State Park, great water recreation, water skiing, boating, fishing, all the different things that are associated with a great outdoor lake. And then you have the river, which we're in the process of beautifying and improving to have a fabulous river walk along the Purgatory River. You have it all. It's the Trinidad trifecta.
Actually, you just read my mind. One of the things I wanted to do, and we're going to skip one of the questions that I want to do, because I think we've really talked about hiking and fishing and water sports and mountain biking and gravel grinding and all that kind of stuff. I do want to share if I can do this again. And folks, if there's an issue with regards to me sharing this screen and you don't see it, I'm going to put links down here. But I do want to add here. Here's the Wormhole Trail. This is right in town. You can drive right there. It's in town. An incredible group of folks. The Trinidad Trails Alliance is working on that, and they do a great job. Here's you can go to a state park there. Here's that Fisher's Peak. Are you able to see this, Jared?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't have it on
We'll see if it's there. I'll put the links down below. And then we have the gravel grind adventure guide. So and here's one of the things when you do a first of anything. Jared was kind enough to say, okay, yeah, I'll be your first bat. Is they may be bumps in the road, but if you're in outdoor recreation, get used to the bumps, get used to the mud, get used to the stuff, and keep moving forward. I do want you to take a minute to talk about the Purgatory River project, if you could, okay? And I know we've reached our time, so if you want to bail on us right now, fine. Jared and I are going to take another couple of minutes just to share a couple of more things in this. And if you're interested, and if you're bailing on us now, remember you can go to TrinidadTrueOutdoors.com, and you'll get a lot of links and a lot of stuff from there. Certainly, I'm with localstash.com. Go to localstash.com. I don't want this to be a commercial. Go to localstash and see what we're trying to do for outdoor recreation across the country. So tell us about what's happening on the Purgatory River, because you either have a river running through your town or you do not. No amount of anything can get you on. Okay.
That's right. That's exactly right. And so I always tell people every cool Colorado town has a river. And we want to be a cool Colorado town, Trinidad, of course. And fortunately for us, like you said, either you have a river or you don't. And we do have a river. We have the Purgatory River that flows through town. And so our goal is to enhance the river with the river walk and make it so the public can engage with the river. Because right now it's kind of, you can see it, but it's hard to get down to it. It's hard to be next to it. It's hard to access it. And so part of our river visioning plan is to make that more feasible so that people can actually connect with the river and make it a economic development opportunity. You know, you go to these other communities that have river walks and there's shops along the rivers, there's cafes and restaurants along the river. And also, you know, you go to Salida, Buena Vista, there's play features in their rivers where when the water's right, they have some kayaking opportunities or they have some float opportunities, which we already do here in Trinidad. You can float the Purgatory River. Yep. So part of our river visioning is we've contracted with the Greenway Foundation.
I think we just lost you. I think we just lost Jared. Karen, welcome. I see that you popped the question, how are we going to promote TrinidadTrueOutdoors.com? This is one of the ways. I'm hoping Jared pops back in. He has the link, and we'll see if he can't pop back in and go. And I think he just got disconnected. So we'll see if we can't bring him back up. While he's not there, I'm going to look at some of these things. One of the things that I think that, I mean, Karen, it just popped in on our comments, and you can ask questions during these things that live, and hopefully we get better at that. But one of the things that we're not talking about right now, but we will, and we'll get Karen and some other folks involved, is the creative class economy that's happening. The artists, the creators, the makers, the builders that we've been able to attract to Trinidad. That's maybe not true outdoors, but these people take the outdoors inside of your house with their art. We've got Articade. So we're going to be doing a lot of those things. If I don't get Jared back in a couple of minutes, I don't want to waste anybody's time. Your time is very valuable. And so if we don't get Jared back in for right now, we may bring him back in. I think, in frankness, we were able to cover most of the things we wanted to cover. So the main points here: Trinidad is the first mountain town in Colorado, literally, and the last to develop. There's a lot of things we can do. Jared, you there? Yep, let me bring you back in and see if I can get you. Yep. And you're back. Okay, yeah, you just got disconnected somehow. A couple of things. So I was just ranting there. I was basically, Karen has a question. And Karen's question is, how are we promoting TrinidadTrueOutdoors.com? What's kind of the marketing plan for that specific thing to increase our reach? Thanks, Karen.
That's a fabulous question, and couldn't be better timed. Right now, we're about to put an insert in all the building statements that go out that will not only promote the TrinidadTrueOutdoors.com website, but will promote all the city's websites. So you'll be able. It's going to promote the city's official .gov website. They'll also promote the tourism website, the Visit TrinidadColorado.com website, and then I'll also promote the Trinidad True Outdoors. So hopefully that'll go through the community, Everybody gets a billing statement. There'll be they told me I need to prepare about 5,000 inserts. I didn't know we had that many bills to go out, but so that'll go out in everybody's billing statement. They'll get a copy of that information, and hopefully that'll get the local community much more engaged in using those resources, particularly the Trinidad True Outdoors, to look and explore outdoor recreation. And then we also use it in all our different marketing, anything that goes out with events or flyers, Facebook, stuff like that. Always, tag Trinidad True Outdoors or TrinidadTrueOutdoors.com to help get that information out, that catchphrase, that buzz. And the reason we picked Trinidad True Outdoors is we don't want to be just another, Colorado mountain town. We want people to come to Trinidad and have a true outdoor experience, to have something authentic, something real, not like just a Disneyland experience, but something that they can put on, Snapchat or Facebook or whatever and say, hey, I had this cool outdoor experience in Trinidad, Colorado. So that's what Trinidad True Outdoors.
So here's the thing that when we're talking to folks that are outdoor people, you can help. That's how you promote things in social media. That's the social part of the media. I know I got a little business that does a little regional funny paper, a little outdoor recreation entertainment kind of paper. We'll certainly step up and do a little better job there. Local Stash is all about that. That's one of the things we want to do. So if somebody has a platform, if somebody has some place where they can do, quite frankly, just share this or just Trinidad True Outdoors with your outdoor family and friends. Quite frankly, that's in many cases, that's how this stuff kind of really happens. So we've gone over the time. I think I'm going to extend the time because this has been really good information, even with some of my faux pas with sharing screens there. So what about in other communities? Karen says. So what about doing this in other communities? So you've done the bills out to folks here. We're doing things here, tidbits, little paper. We'll do stuff here that goes out to Colfax County and Huerfano County. But do you have that site listed in like Colorado Tourism? Any of the other places out there that get more traffic to us? So are we getting some of those? We did a shout out to some of those organizations. Are we getting some reciprocation from them to say, hey, go here?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we market in the mesas and mountains and mesas. We're in the Colorado Tourism Guide. And the advantage of being housed right now in the tourism office, have a chance to, I've got stickers and I've got pamphlets and I've got all these different marketing materials, along with like co-op opportunities with the office, the tourism office at the state level, to start promoting Trinidad, the Trinidad True Outdoors brand. And it's great because of Fisher's Peak State Park. There's a lot of focus on Trinidad now.
Yeah, there's a lot of interest there. One of the things I want to add to that is, because you brought it up, I don't want to go fast, is your office is in Trinidad. Is a gateway community to the state of Colorado. In my mind, it is the best gateway. Come in from the east, come in from the west, come in from the north. You'll rather drive in from the south to get into Colorado. It's the prettiest and the best place. And you're in the Colorado Visitor Center there. Mm-hmm. So when folks come in there to see about what's in Colorado, they can also see, okay, what's happening in Trinidad. And I know the team over there has been outstanding in making sure that people understand what's going on here as they're coming through one of the gateways. So I want to try and wrap this up right now. So we know we know a couple of things. We know there's a lot of real great stuff in Trinidad, also the other side of the hill in our neighbor Raton. Also, you go on the Legend Highway, you go west from us here, it's one of the most beautiful drives in the country, not just in Colorado. And that's not me saying it. That's other people saying that. But we got great little things over there. We got a little ski area that's by volunteers, by community effort, by a village doing things.
Kuchara Mountain Park's on its way.
That's exactly right. And you'll be able to, right now you can snowshoe and snowboard and ski a little bit there, and it's just going to grow. We've got a little great town over there, Kuchara, that is a great place. Get in the dog bar there and some of the other, the yacht club. There's some great places there. Swing back around and get into La Vida. Come on back through Walsenburg or come their way to us. And you're going to have a great time. You're going to see that true outdoors. You'll see the radial dikes and amazing things. So we want you to actually use Trinidad. I tell you what, I want you to use Trinidad as your base of operations. I'd love for you to come into town, stock up here, have our donuts, our bagels, our wings, our beer, our steaks, our burgers, because we've got some amazing businesses here. But yeah, go drive around. Use this as our base and actually get outside, because you're going to find some just amazing things. Even east, dinosaur tracks and incredible stuff there for everybody. So Jared, anything we missed that you want to say?
Well, I just want to tag off what you just said right there, that the vision of the Office of Outdoor Recreation is to make Trinidad the hub for outdoor recreation in southern Colorado and northeastern New Mexico. You know, like I said, every good outdoor adventure starts at a coffee shop and ends at a bar. We want that coffee shop to be in Trinidad and that bar to end up in Trinidad too. But to explore, I believe that the Office of Outdoor Recreation has an hour and a half travel influence. So I market all the recreation assets within an hour and a half of downtown Trinidad, whether that be in northeastern New Mexico or southern Colorado. And the sky's the limit. So my goal is to make Trinidad the hub of everything that's going on outdoor recreation wise.
Well, I'll add on to that, and then we're gonna kind of close out. Trinidad, Colorado, has always been a hub in our area. The Santa Fe Trail comes through here. Trinidad does not need to make up a history. If you look at Trinidad, Colorado, in this region, everything that's in the history books that had anything to do with the making of Colorado, the making of the West, the law, the gambling, the stuff, it's come through Trinidad. It's come through the roads you could come through. So we're a legitimate, historic, Western town with incredible stuff around us. We don't need to make up anything, you know?
I'm glad you said that, because a lot of focus is on outdoor recreation right now, and there's a lot of push. But just like you said, Trinidad has got great architecture. It's got great history. It's got great art, particularly public art. It's got fabulous murals and sculptures. So it's a great place. I mean, we talk about outdoor recreation, but if you want to enjoy just a great town with some cool culture, some great places to eat, some fun things to do, Trinidad, Colorado is the place to be.
Very cool. So, you know, to go there, this is a Local Stash. Go to localstash.com, grab your Local Stash Colorado card. We're trying to get people to get out away from the city, get in the rural areas, get into some of the coolest, we call them resort towns, but they're not. They're the coolest outdoor rec towns in America. And so from Hawaii to Maine to Alaska to the Keys, we're trying to do that. And we're launching from, again, Trinidad, Colorado. So we really appreciate you taking the time to be here, share this with some friends, pack up the car. It's only Tuesday, so certainly you can get here, Saturday morning and see why we are so in love with this place. Jared, I really appreciate you taking the time to visit, and you'll get a copy of this to share. That'll be another thing that we can do together to actually promote not only us, but just get out of town, your big city, and get in the car and go someplace fun and take the kids or take the sweetie and do that. So thanks again, Jared. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you.